The Prime Minister's office called a high-level meeting after hundreds of buildings in Uttarakhand's Joshimath developed cracks due to shifting soil, prompting authorities to move hundreds of people from their homes in the area popular with pilgrims and tourists. Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister P.K. Mishra held a high-level review meeting with the Cabinet Secretary and senior officials of the Government of India and members of the National Disaster Management Authority at the Prime Minister's office. District officials of Joshimath and senior officers of Uttarakhand were also present via video conferencing. Sunil Prabhu is now joining us with more details on that high-level meeting. Sunil, what's been the outcome of this meeting? What's been decided about addressing this grave problem in the short and the long term?
Well, there are three plans, the short, medium as well as long-term plans which have been envisaged. The Secretary Border Management as well as members of the National Disaster Management Authority will be visiting Joshimath tomorrow to take stock of the situation. A series of steps in terms of ecological measures with the various agencies will be studying the situation to ensure that whatever relief is possible can be given immediately. The focus, of course, as I've said earlier, is on rehabilitation at this present juncture to ensure that people are safe. They are, given accommodation on a war footing as well as food because they're being moved from their houses and from where they have been living. And then, of course, a full resettlement plan. So there have been national disaster reaction forces which have been sent, as well as state disaster reaction forces, to ensure that whatever measures need to be taken at the earliest can be addressed in the city, in the town of Joshimath.
Sunil, was there any discussion on the infrastructure projects coming up in these ecologically sensitive areas and how one needs to strike a balance, and whether voices that this could harm Joshimath were heard?
Well, definitely it was reflected in the meeting. The Prime Minister's Principal Secretary, who himself is a disaster management expert, has definitely asked for a committee to be set up with, as I said, various institutions dealing with ecology to ensure that those safeguards are taken into account. They have definitely taken certain steps. They will study this entire matter. We are waiting for the official press release. We have only got the headlines so far. There is no mention specifically on the NTPC project, which has now become the bone of contention. The NTPC itself has said that they are not responsible for this and they've been following norms as per the guidelines that have been issued. But nevertheless, the fact that this has caused loose soil and cracks to develop is something of a concern, which all agencies, the centre as well as the state, would like the expert group to give their comments before taking any final decision on this matter.